Hi everyone, it's Lesley here from elegantedges.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK, and today I'm coming to you again to showcase a make made with the beautiful Trusty Tools 12x12 designer series paper. Now these are free in the Sale-a-bration event that goes on till the end of February with Stampin' Up. For every £45 order that you post before postage and packing or shipping, then there are freebies to be earned, and this is one of the 45. Some of them are extra big and you need a £90 order. But today I'm looking at these papers. You can see that some of them have tools. If you've been following me on YouTube, you will see that I've made two other projects, fussy cutting the tools out. There's two different pages, and linking them with these other super pages, very masculine cards. It does, the paper bundle does coordinate with some dies and stamps that are available on the website. I don't have those. I've only got the papers, so I've been fussy cutting them. So today, let me show you a make. It's going to be a bench card, and let's start and do it together. Now you can see I'm still suffering from an extremely poorly finger, so I'm doing limited stamping, and I've done it ahead in case it goes wrong, because I can't actually put any pressure on this card, on this finger. Okay, so today we're going to start off with half a sheet of A4. Cut the length of A4, so it's 4 1/8 times the whole length. Let me just get my crib sheet out. So what I've done is to score from each side 2 inches and 3 7/8, turned it round 2 inches and 3 7/8, and we are going to score that and make it fold it rather, now we've scored it, and make it into what is known as a U-shape U card. It's a gatefold, but these, if you notice, they're not quite level, and that's how it's meant to be. It doesn't quite meet in the middle, but that's fine. Okay, so that's our basic card. It's a U shape. Now I've cut panels from the designer series paper. All the measurements will be on my blog very shortly, www.elegantedges.co.uk. So follow along for how I've made it, some little hints and tips, and then you can pop to the blog and you can see everything written down, so you're not scrabbling around trying to do two things at once. Excuse me. So in this middle panel, I'm going to put almost a square of paper cut from the DSP that looks like pegboard. Now, which way did I have this? Must be this way. Now, as you can see, there's a white core, and the two copper clays together show that white core. So what I'm going to do is to get one of my stamping blends, and I'm going to use the bullet end, and I'm not using the point because I'd spoil it. I'm using the side. And what I'm going to do is just rub very gently down the side, just colour the core of the paper, and now you can't see it, and it won't show up at all on the coordinating cardstock. If it does, it'll be slightly darker, and that will just help give it a lift. So that end looks a little bit neater, so I'm going to pop it this way round. Now on the back you can see one of my favourites, this lovely tape measure paper. I like that a lot. So I'm having a lot of trouble with this finger. So I'm not worrying about the bottom, I'm worrying about the sides and the top. And the reason I'm not worrying about the bottom is because it's all going to be hidden. Okay, and this is going to be covered up, so that won't matter that I've smudged a bit of glue on it. Okay, so to go across the front, I have a band of copper clay card. Normally, if I do these cards, I would make it 2 inches wide, but today I've actually made it narrower because I've matched it to fit the stripes on one of the DSPs. So again, on my blog, so what I'm going to do is to glue this to the sides. So I'm going to start at one side, lining up the edges. Give it a moment to hold. I'm going to fold this side under, and you can see that it will match. So I'm going to close it, hold that there. Should there be any over afterwards, we can just trim that off with a pair of snips. That really isn't a worry. So this is how it will go in an envelope. Doesn't matter which way you fold it, it will go either way. So let me get those snips and see if I can just trim that edge. I can't help being a bit OCD with these things. There we are, that's so much better. Okay, and now the fun part, because it's all decorating. So what I've done is to cut DSP to make it look like, obviously, a workbench. And I've got a wide piece in the middle and 2 bits at the side. Before I stick that on, I almost forgot, I should have a strip of card, which I've obviously put in a very safe place. Here it is. So this is 6 inches wide. So what I've done, which way am I? I'm going to fold it like a Z. Better just dry fit it, make sure it does fit. Okay, yes it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on one edge. I'll do one at a time. If I stand it up, you should be able to see. And I'm going to put this halfway. So I need it in line with this. Let's do this one too. That's come out, never mind. Let's do this side first, perhaps. Hold it there. Hold that one up. So I'm going to need it in line with this edge, the same height, but further back. So I've got that little tab, the height of the card. That's it. And when I fold it down, it should, all being well, fold the other side. Now that is a support. Doesn't really matter if it's a bit wonky. We can. That's it. Add a little bit of pressure underneath. Now we're going to pop the actual bench over the front. Now I had a scrap of red and I was just too mean to cut into another sheet. What I would normally do is cut this card that big and then score it and stick it here so that it goes down to the bottom. But because it's all hidden anyway, I just scored it. And this is the crucial depth that will be on the blog. You can see I'm lining it up with the crease. I've made it just a tiny bit narrower. I'm going to pop it down. Is that right? I think it is. There we go. So that makes the bench. So what we're going to do now, pop it up to go in an envelope. I'm going to start decorating. For these side panels, oh, it looks a little bit too big. I might have to trim those a little bit. I think I will. So only a tiny bit. Let me get my trimmer. The trimmer that I do all my scoring on. I keep the top. And it only wants to come down a fraction. So we'll try it that little bit at a time first of all. See if that's better. I think so. Let's try the other one. Keep it at the top. Try the same amount. Okay. Now this paper's really nice. It's got sort of crossed hammers on it. So you could also use that side with the screw heads, but I really like the yellow because I think it's quite cheerful and it brightens it all up. Just because it's masculine, it doesn't need to be boring, does it? So we're going to pop that up there, and you can see, slide, slide, slide. This is where the band comes, and it sort of sits on top of the band. So that's it. Ouch. Okay, so there are my sides done. So this I want to look like drawers to go across the front, and I've covered up the edges like I did on the pegboard. I've gone over it with a red blends. You can see on the back. And this stripy paper, if you look at the sheet carefully, where is it? Here it is. You'll notice avalanche here. The strips are different widths going down the paper. So I chose this sort of end where they're narrower. So I cut my drawers from this end of the paper to get 2 drawers across the front, and that's how I made that depth. If it hadn't been this paper, I'd probably just had 2 inches. Okay. So another drawer. This little one this side, I tried to keep it all level. Really simple. Once you've got the idea how it goes together, it really is very straightforward. And one this side. And before I stuck it down, can you see, I got my scalpel and actually made a slit across the top of this grey part here. And I'm going to try and put some tools down there. So to do that, I'm going to, I could have raised it up, but I'm going to just stick the top down, but leave the bottom open. Oops, one of my stamps. Obviously just can't wait to be seen. Then there's this paper, and it's got screwdrivers one side and sort of a plain pebble path sort of grey colour the other, and I'm going to have like a mat on top of my desk. So I'm going to pop that down nice and flat. Okay, is that level? Not quite, little wriggle. And this is going to keep it all holding itself up. To go across the front, on that lovely ruler paper, I stamped Happy Birthday. I was going to trim it. Do I want to trim it, or should I just leave it? I think I might just leave it. There we are. Now, from the paper, I did quite a bit of fussy cutting. So here are some tools. I included some of the edge tools on the edge of the paper. Let me put that away before I do any more damage. Things like handles. I'm hoping, I might need that back. I'll just use my poking tool, I think. Might be safer. This one, there are quite a few edge ones. This drill was actually on the edge, and the drill bit was on another one that was incomplete. So what I did was cut them out and glued them together on the back. So I'm going to get some dimensional pads in a moment. So it's, how are we going to decorate this? I did think I might need something to keep that down. So I trimmed one of the spirit levels to fit this width. I cut the ends off, moved, then adhered it back over just a bit shorter. It doesn't show, but I thought that might keep the end this down. Does it need it? My one actually doesn't, but anyway, we'll see about some pads in a second. Let's find some. Oh, all sorts of paper when you delve in here. There we are, there's some dimensionals. So that could go on there. Let's just, there we are, just open that drawer again. So that looks quite nice. Obviously that they are very long. Let's just glue them together a bit so they don't go astray. Hold it for a moment. So that's possible. I'm not gluing anything just yet. I'm just laying it all out. Pencil I thought could go actually on the desk somehow. We could have a paintbrush this side. Looks quite good, like that. Tape measure. Looks quite nice with the tape measure across the front. I could put, but it covers up a lot of the front, but we'll see. So, pencil somewhere on the top. We could have this G-clamp. Screwdriver, I actually shortened it so that it would go on the back. I'm not sure about the hammer. We might have to try. They would go on, I think. That looks quite good. Let's go with that to start with. And we need some dimensionals. Make it stand out. Oh, everything's just a little bit tender. So we'll have the paintbrush. Just trim these a little bit. Just. Okay. I think decorating is always the fun part. A little bit at an angle. Yeah, I want to miss the fold line. Those I do like just in there. So I could also put glue dots on here. Just try to miss the crease again, the fold line. It just makes it a little bit more fun with things sticking out of a drawer. Okay, drawer's quite big. Oops, nearly took that right off. But it's really quite a nice card, nice, lots of dimension, just a bit of fun. And I think I always find that men appreciate cards that are fancy fold, funny shapes. Not going to go over the edge too much, just going to put it a little bit of an angle. There we are, so that will fold like that. And that's definitely the easier way to decorate the actual desk or the workbench. So we'll have a pen there, pencil there, and maybe we'll see about that one. Maybe some snips, maybe a hammer. Maybe the slide, the Spirit level, that's what I'm trying to find the words for. Okay, so that's going to go down there. And this is the strut that I put in, so it rests on it and doesn't fall through. So that was the whole point of that one. These I'm going to put down fairly flat because I don't want this catching it as we lift it. So tiny bit of glue down here, hold you back up. So here we are, G-clamp. You can go on the pegboard. And we're going to have a hammer. Yes, it will fit. Hammer might look nice on the desk though. On the workbench. Yeah, we'll pop him on the back. There we are, he's on the back. Maybe we'll have the nice yellow screwdriver in the middle. See, another bit of surgery on here to shorten the screwdriver so that it would fit on here. So spirit level. Well, I could put it that way around. That might fit better. And then we could have some dimensionals on it. I'll just have a few little ones, seeing as I've got them out. Get some tweezers as I can't grip properly. Not quite straight. There we are, that's better. Right, pencil. Do we need any snips? Maybe not, maybe that's overkill. Just have a pencil. Oh, I think this little edge strip. Ooh, just as it is. How good is that? That was lucky. Peel off the backing. Let's have a get an angle. It looks a bit weird if it's everything straight, doesn't it? Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to bother with this one here. You can go and wait for another project. Okay, let's have a little tidy up. So, there's the bench card. I really like that, a bit of glitter. We don't really need that on a mail card, do we? Push up. Ooh, that's it, stick it down better. And that will then fold to go in a larger envelope. into a business size envelope, 9x4, with plenty of room at the ends. Hold it down. Now on the back, what I would do is put a basic white piece of card on the back, and maybe we could put our little snips on the card as a little decoration. So I think I'll do that after I finished on here. So I hope you've enjoyed that card. I think it's really nice. Yep, doesn't need anything to keep it down. That spirit level just adds a bit of weight. Really good. Nice tight fit. Does well. Okay. Folds, as all good fancy folds should, flat-ish to go in the envelope. Okay. Either way. So I hope you like that. If you do, go to my YouTube channel. Well, you are on my YouTube channel. Go to my blog, elegantedges.co.uk. As I say, I'll put all the sizes down. I try to put them down in metric size card for the UK, and in inches, in centimetres for Europe, and then we'll see what we can do for the US. We can just change these ends a little bit, just shorten them a fraction, and then I know that you'll be able to get them out of an 11-inch length card. Okay, so there we are, elegantedges.co.uk. Now, if you do like the papers, if you like them as much as I do, then you might want to place an order. If you don't have a demonstrator already, please order through me. There's my ID number if you go onto the Stampin'Up.uk website, lesliekilby.stampin'up.net, pop in my number or search for me, and you can find this free. Place whatever you want up to £45 before any postage and packing, and then you can order that. Again, I'll put the order number on the blog and together with everything I've used today, in case that helps you. So thanks ever so much for watching. Come back soon. Bye.